Hi, I'm Victoria Beale, co-founder of Elite Crowdmakers and also co-founder of the Business Growth Crowd. I'm delighted to say this is our very first episode of the Business Growth Crowd show. And our very first guest today is the wonderful elite celebrity mindset strategist, Dr. Mimi Bland. Mimi Bland,
Hello.
we're so wonderful to have you here. How are you?
I'm really well. Thanks so much for inviting me here. I'm absolutely honoured to be one of your first guests on the show. So thank you so much. It's amazing.
Well, it's absolutely honour for us as well. So look, let's talk about you, a bit about kind of you as a person, little girl growing up.
Yeah.
And then we'll move more into what you're doing now and how you're helping people.
Okay. Yeah. So early years was quite strict upbringing. But from a very early age, I had visions, very specific visions. And the visions were always of, in those days, sort of my interpretation of Moses, and certain people used to come and tell me that I was here for a very specific reason, which at that time I didn't really understand. And going through quite a lot of trauma, it was sort of like later on that I realised what my mission and what my passion was. So that was sort of my start in life. Mm-hmm. And then from that start, I then sort of met the wrong people. I attracted the wrong people because I had very low self-esteem. I never liked myself, had real issues with who I was, but I always saw other people through the eyes of love and wholeness. But myself, I sort of like really had deep inner hatred for myself, really, and that was the basis of sort of like, my life going forward, really.
Amazing. You've had some major challenges in life as well. Do you want to share some of those with us?
Yeah, so some of the challenges were basically being told constantly, daily, that I was disgusting. I never had anything good to say. I used to have to sit in a corner facing the wall because I was too ugly to be seen. Locked in a cupboard with a baby's potty. It was very much brainwashing to a degree that I literally didn't know who I was apart from the labels and what was spoken over me through the majority of my life. So it became a pattern, but it also became, what was I doing wrong? I could never understand what I was doing wrong that other people didn't like me until later on in life. Obviously, I understood about energy and frequency, and I managed to completely transform and change my whole identity, really.
That's a very powerful thing that you did for yourself.
Yeah.
And how did you sort of get into the world of trying to help others?
Well, to be honest, I never actually wanted to do this. Right. It was something that I was really led to do. So over the years, I was trying so many ways of trying to reprogram myself. I tried hypnotherapy. Somebody sent me to NLP with Richard Bandler, and I trained to be an NLP practitioner, life coaching, business coaching, Reiki master. I've tried everything. And it was like, I'd feel good for a day, and it was like undoing an onion, but then I'd come back and the problems were still there. The inner workings were still, the imprinting was still not right. So nothing really worked. And I just realized then I started going more on a spiritual journey, and there was things that were just kept unfolding in front of me. And then I would go and sit in a park, and somebody would come and sit next to me, and within minutes they'd be telling me their life story.
Wow.
But within minutes I would be able to transform their life without knowing what I'd said or what I was doing. And this was happening to me all the time.
Wow.
And that's when I realized that I was here for a very specific reason. So that's how I really got into doing what I'm doing today.
Amazing. And just talk us through some of the people that you've helped and some case studies, if you will.
Yeah. So, I work with people, if they're homeless people down to royalty, there's no difference for me. But everything is consciousness. We all have the same mindset. And for me, it's just a separation from who we truly are. Case studies could be like I worked with somebody who had cancer and was given a week to live, really, a couple of weeks to live. But again, for me, all sickness and disease is just the illusion. It's the emotions that we're carrying. It's the anger or the resentment or the hurt that we're carrying inside our bodies. So I just showed him how to eliminate all this stuff from his body, how to let it go, how to refocus on perfect health. And he managed to cure himself. So he just, again, some people are susceptible, some people are not, because it's what you believe. Everything's a placebo. It's what you believe to be true for you. So if you accept, believe and surrender to it, it's going to work for you. And if you don't, then it's not going to. So that was one case study. Another case study, somebody was going to go to court for a lot of money they were going to lose. And I just showed them how to change that vibration and energy, because everything is coming from us. You know, the universe is only responding to us. So it's like showing him how to change that vibration, how to completely transform his relationships with everyone in his life. And again, he had the results that he wanted. Last one, I worked with somebody who wanted to be a pilot, had no money. I paid for them to go on a simulator course in Spain on the plane that they would be flying if they were a pilot. Used to get him to visualize, but really buying into that whole changing his state of being. Through no means of his own, but bringing in the right people, because his energy changed, and he took his pilot's license, all fully paid for in Miami. So these things are possible. There's nothing that we cannot be, do, or have. It's ourself that stops ourselves.
Amazing. Well, you're a gift to the world, and you're a natural healer, obviously. So where are we at now? What are you doing now? How can people connect with you?
I'm on social media, obviously, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I've just developed a mindfulness app, so people can actually speak to me, because there's a lot of people that want to speak to me, but I can't get around to everyone. So I've got an AI app where you can ask me questions and you're actually speaking to me. I've downloaded it with all my work, my book and everything that's in this app. Also through my website, I wrote a book as well. There's lots of things out there that can help other people, but yeah, mainly social media.
And clients we're looking to work with now, say your ideal client looks like?
Yes, so my ideal clients that I work with at the moment is like high achievers, celebrities, people in that industry, influencers. Reason being, or because I like to work with people that have a bigger audience, because then when I help and transform their life, then it's a trickle down effect and everybody else gets healed and transforms as well. So so that's where I'm working at the moment, and that's what I'm heading for more.
Brilliant. And it's important for people in a position of strength and influence.
Yeah, most
to
definitely.
have that support even more so than anyone else,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, and leadership positions, like, you know, I work with some people in government and people, that's another area that I love, you know, to make an impact in the world. So leaders, celebrities, influencers, anyone really in that, you know, in that category.
Fantastic. So website, what's the website?
Website is just www.mimibland.london. Everything's really mimibland.london. You could put me into Google and you'll find, under Mimi Bland, you'll find me. So
fantastic. Well, it's been lovely interviewing you today.
Thank you, Victoria.
Great story. And I know you're going to help loads of people after this video.
Thank you so much.
You so much for
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on the show, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for watching.